candidates.
Right.
not
Good up there?
separate from what's not.
On top of the neighbors.
But
Ready?
I'll do it. Anyway.
Okay, good evening, everyone. This is the January 21st, 2015 meeting of the Planning Board of the Town of Smithtown. We're going to begin with the Pledge of Allegiance, and you're all invited to join in. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good evening.
The first item on the agenda, the planning department is recommending the following items for adjournment, as we have insufficient information to act upon them. Under Part 1, Item 1, 2012-04 Storybook Homes. Item 2, 2012-02 Carlson Associates. Item 3, 2009-05 FP4 Realty. Item 4, number 773 Scholar Estates. Item 5, 1135 Tahami Plat. Item 6, 288 Olivia Estates. Item 7, 1039 Garden Gate, St. James. Item 8, TC 1401, SMSA Limited Partnership Verizon. Item 9, 1157 Map of Court, Kings Park. Item 10, 1156 Map of Open Meadow, Fort Salonga. And under Part 2, Item 11, 2010-06. And Item 12, number 911A, Glen Hill Northern. Mr. Chairman, these are the items the Planning Department is recommending for adjournment this evening. You'll notice that for item number 8, that's the Tier 2 special exception, the Planning Department would recommend that the board adjourn that to a specific date in order to avoid the reposting for that particular application. That application is being adjourned, waiting for the secret determination from the Department of Environment and Waterways.
Do we have any idea from them as to how long it's going to take them to give us the secret determination?
I understand they've watched the video of the last meeting, and we should have that sometime shortly.
So would it be prudent then for us to adjourn that matter to the first meeting in February?
I think that'd be February 4th.
February 4th.
Mm-hmm.
So with respect to item number 8, the Tier 1 special exception, can I have a motion on that item, please?
Motion to adjourn item 8, TC 14-01, SMSA Limited Partnership Verizon, to February 4th.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None?
Mr. Chairman, I'll abstain technically for the reasons previously stated because Verizon is involved.
All right, so a motion is granted 4-0, 1 abstention. The matter is adjourned to February 4th, 2015. And with respect to the other matters that the Planning Board requests an adjournment, first of all, is there anybody present who wishes to be heard on any matter regarding which the Planning Board is requesting an adjournment? Seeing none, with respect to the balance of the matters which were just read regarding which the Planning Department is requesting an adjournment, a motion, please.
Mr. Chairman, motion to adjourn the balance of the matters 1 through 7, 9, and 10 through item 12, that is, in accordance with the recommendation of the board.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None? So adjourned.
Mr. Chairman, the next item on the agenda under Part 3, New Hearings, is an extension of the performance bond for the Hamlet Estates at St. James, Sections 1 through 4. The requests are to extend the performance bond for all 4 sections within the subdivision known as the Hamlet Estates at St. James, number 1013, Sections 1 through 4, for a period of 2 years each, in order to obtain more time to complete construction and all necessary improvements. The applicant received conditional preliminary approval for this 167-lot subdivision from the Planning Board on March 17, 2004. The applicant received conditional final approval for sections 1, 2, 3, and 4, with performance bond estimates from the board on August 4, 2004, September 1, 2004, November 17, 2004, and April 21, 2010, respectively. Section 1 was approved for 8 lots with a performance bond estimate in the amount of $529,501. Section 2 was approved for 69 lots with a performance bond estimate of $1,809,245. Section 3 was approved for 50 lots with a performance bond estimate of $570,000 $702, and Section 4 was approved for 40 lots with a performance bond estimate of $702,365. The applicant submitted the bond monies and all related materials to the town, and the town board accepted the performance bonds on August 9th, 2004, September 14th, 2004, August 9th, 2005, and October 20th, 2010. Planning board approval for these performance bonds for Section 1 through 4 expired on September 14th, 2014, September 28th, 2014, December 12th, 2014, and October 20th, 2014, respectively. The applicant submitted the performance bond extension applications to the Planning Department on November 14th, 2014, and the applications were distributed to all departments concerned for review. The Engineering, Highway, and Traffic Safety Departments have no objection to the performance bond extension requests and have determined that the bond monies are sufficient to cover all remaining improvements. Not all of the homes have been constructed. Based on the most recent aerial images, the Planning Department estimates that approximately 30 of the 167 lots, approximately 22%, remain vacant or under construction. Therefore, the Planning Department has no objection to the applicant's request. The Planning Department offers the following resolutions for the board's consideration. Be it resolved that the Planning Board hereby approves a retroactive extension of the performance bond for Section 1 of the subdivision known as the Hamlet Estates at St. James, 1013, for a period of 2 years to expire on September 14th, 2016. Be it resolved that the Planning Board hereby approves a retroactive extension of the performance bond for Section 2 of the subdivision known as the Hamlet Estates at St. James, number 1013, for a period of 2 years to expire on September 28th, 2016. Be it resolved that the Planning Board hereby approves a retroactive extension of the performance bond for Section 3 of the subdivision known as the Hamlet Estates at St. James, 1013, for a period of 2 years to expire on December 12th, 2016. And be it resolved that the Planning Board hereby approves a retroactive extension of the performance bond for Section 4 of the subdivision known as Hamlet Estate at St. James, 1013, for a period of 2 years to expire on October 20th, 2016.
Good evening, sir. Please state your name, your address, and your relationship to the applicant for the record.
Good evening. My name is Christopher R. Nicolia. I'm with the law firm of Tillman, Ballin, Adler, and Hyman, 100 Motor Parkway, Hauppauge, New York, 11788. I am here representing the Holiday Organization in its application for the extension of the performance bonds, and I have with me today Saul Goodhart, Vice President of Construction at the Holiday Organization.
Have you heard the analysis and the recommendation of the Planning Department, which was just read?
I have.
And have you heard the 4 resolutions that they are recommending that we adopt this evening?
I have.
Do you have any questions about anything that was just read or any of the resolutions?
No.
Do you have any objection to any of those?
No.
Is there anybody in the audience who wishes to be heard on this matter? Any questions from any member of the board?
Just one comment. Would it be possible or practical to adjourn them all to the same date rather than September 14, September 28, December 12, October 20?
I believe it's the practice in 2-year increments, so I
So-
believe that's why the date is done that way. I don't know whether there's leeway to modify that. I'd have to look into it.
And then I would leave it alone.
Okay. I should note that the applicants dropped off the affidavit of posting at our office this morning.
Thank you very much. Any other questions from any member of the board? Then may I please have a motion on the 4 resolutions that were read by the Planning Department?
Did you want 4 different ones, Mr.
No, just
Chairman?
one motion, I think,
One
for 4
motion?
resolutions.
Okay. In the matter of Hamlet Estates at St. James, number 1013, sections 1, 2, 3, and 4, motion to adopt the resolutions as read in accordance with the recommendation of the Planning Department.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None? All 4 resolutions are adopted. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, the next item on the agenda under Part 3, Item 14, is a waiver request for Mayfair Estates in Comac. This is a request to maintain an existing garage and in-ground swimming pool in a drainage easement. The subject property is lot number 281 of a map called Mayfair Estates filed in 1955. The lot is transected by a 10-foot wide drainage easement dedicated to the town of Smithtown. This easement crosses properties across the street where it connects to a drainage basin north of Elder Drive. The purpose of this easement was ostensibly to give the town access to maintain, repair, or replace drainage pipes which may be buried underground. At some point, an attached garage and in-ground swimming pool were constructed partially within the easement. These structures were granted building permits and certificates of occupancy by the building department. Presumably, the surveys submitted at the time did not depict the easement that appeared on the filed map. On July 31st, 2014, the applicant submitted a waiver application to the planning department requesting permission from the planning board to encroach into the easement. The application indicated that the owner was unaware of the easement when he added the garage and in-ground pool. The application was distributed to all concerned departments for review. The engineering and highway departments have no objection to the application. However, the engineering department noted that the town attorney might require a hold harmless agreement between the homeowner and the town. The deputy town attorney informed the planning department by phone that it was their opinion that the planning board lacks the legal authority to modify the easement. Therefore, the planning department recommends that the board take no action at this time and adjourn the matter to allow the town attorney's office to clarify their opinion in writing to the board. The planning department offers the following resolution for the board's consideration. Be it resolved that the planning board hereby adjourns the waiver request of Mayfair Estates to February 4th, 2015.
Good evening, sir. Please state your name and address for the record and also your relationship to the applicant.
Louis Castellano, 2693 Middle Country Road, Lake Grove, New York. I'm the expediter. The homeowners are here also.
Okay. You just handed me some papers.
Yes. I wanted you to look at that just to realize there was two variances granted for this already over this drainage easement, one in 1966, one in 1960. All the permits and COs were all in order. Everything has been done, and in September of this year, we went for an additional variance for the west side of the house, which was also granted, and we had to supply all the old documentation. I have here a survey that shows the easement from the original developer, and that was approved with those COs and those variances, which I would like to hand in to you. The card that you have from the town shows that we did everything in order. He got a permit, he got a CO, he went for a variance for the garage, over the drainage easement, got it approved, built it, got a CO for it. So everything that the homeowner has done has been in order, and I ask that you don't hold us up because the house is sold, and we need to close this and wrap everything up as soon as possible. I have the old survey. I'd like to hand it in to you, just so that Alex has it and the board has it.
Sure. Alex, do you have the affidavit of posting?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
This shows the old drainage easement.
This is an old survey here.
I believe that's the original survey. I don't
Well,
know if-
just for the record, we've received some documents, which I'm just going to identify. The first appears to be some document listing permits issued to a Pano Incorporated. There are various dates here, beginning in 1956, 1960, 1974, 1977.
Mr. Chairman, for the record, it appears to be a building department record of improvements.
The second document, thank you. The second document appears to be a certificate of occupancy for a dwelling with attached garage, issued by the building department of the town of Smithtown, May 8, 1956, probably the original CO for the house when it was built, I'm going to guess. Then there's a letter from the Zoning Board of Appeals, October 17, 1960. The board voted to grant your request for variance for reduction of side yard requirement from 12 feet to 6 feet on property. So a side yard variance was granted. December 15, 1960, a certificate of occupancy, attached garage with 8 by 20, attached garage 8 feet by 20 feet to a one-family dwelling as per variance number 236, which is probably the variance I just read. Then there is a letter to a Isidore Welch stating that the Zoning Board of Appeals, at its regular board meeting held on September 28, 1971, approved an application to reduce one side yard requirement from 12 feet to 7 feet only. That's dated September 29, 1971. There's another certificate of occupancy dated May 17, 1974, for an in-ground swimming pool, 16 by 32 with a fence to code. Another certificate of occupancy dated April 7th, 1977, for an addition 9 feet by 24 feet to a one-family dwelling as per variance number 3659. There appears to be a survey of Mayfair Estates, Section A, Comac, by Baldwin and Cornelius, which is April 7th, 1955. And one last document, which looks like another survey by Peter J. Brabazon, PLS, Professional Land Surveyor, dated June 24th, 2014. Now, the application, sir, is to retain a attached garage and a swimming pool that apparently is over this easement, correct? And have the attached garage and the swimming pool that you seek to retain been in existence roughly since the certificates of occupancy were granted regarding
40
the
years.
attached garage and the swimming pool, which would be 1974 for the swimming pool and 1969 for the 1960 for the attached garage.
That's correct. So we're not
Now,
looking
you
at
mentioned the properties in contract.
property contract. So we're trying to get a closing set, but we need to resolve this. We had gone to the ZBA back in September for another variance that we needed, which we did, and we got it approved. We got our COs. Everything was issued. And then about 2 or 3 weeks ago, we got the letter in the mail saying that we had to come here for this hearing tonight.
Well, the
Which is a
application I
surprise.
have before me seeks to indicate that you wish to retain the pool and you wish to retain the attached garage,
That's correct,
which have been there for at least 30 years.
at least.
Okay. Now, Alex, you mentioned somebody from the town attorney's office said that there's a question about our authority to grant the variance.
Yes, that's right.
Who was that?
I believe it was I'm trying to remember the gentleman in the town attorney's office. You're right. I believe
Do you
it was
remember when that
Fred.
was?
It would have been approximately 2 to 3 weeks ago, around the time we were sending out this packet to the planning board.
And from 2 to 3 weeks ago to now, nobody's given you any indication of any reason why we can't grant this request for relief or to retain these structures, because we do these types of things all the time.
I understand, and we've forwarded this memo to the town attorney's office, and we're hoping to get something in writing to the board that would help clarify this and outline a way to resolve this issue.
What's the date in your contract?
We're supposed to close February 14th.
On or about?
That's our outside date. We've already,
So it was January 14th?
January 14th.
That's the date in the
Yeah.
contract, on or about January 14th?
Yeah, so we have the February 14th.
Well, let me ask you this question. If someone says we don't have the authority to grant this, and we do grant it, then what do they do?
That's a good question. It would probably be something I'd have to ask the town attorney's office.
So basically, it'll either be granted, let's assume we grant it.
Mhm.
It'll either be granted tonight, and it'll be sufficient for their purposes, and these people can go to closing and retain the structures that have been there for 30 years. Or if we grant it tonight and somebody says we don't have the authority to do that, then it's a nullity. They have to go somewhere else anyway.
Perhaps.
We've already been to zoning board of appeals twice. And the
I
structures
don't
have been
see
there
any
for
reason why
42
we
years.
just can't grant it tonight. Why do we have to hold these people up anymore?
I agree.
These structures have been there for 30 years. Are we going to tell
42
them they got to
years.
take it apart?
42 years.
40 years.
42 years.
It's a gunite pool. It's not a vinyl liner pool. Oh, I'm so sorry. If you want to speak, you go to my very sorry.
Those structures have been there for, the pool's
42
been there
years.
for 42 years.
Yeah.
And the garage longer,
Yeah. The
54
garage
years.
is the longest.
55 years.
Yeah, so. We've done it, they did everything, Mr. Welch did everything to code. You know,
I don't
just-
see any reason why we have to hold these people up. What are we going to do? Make them take out the pool and take down the garage that's been there for 40 and 50 years? If somebody says we don't have the authority, they have to go somewhere else, so be
Who's
it.
going to object?
Right. So, any questions from any member of the board on this?
Yeah, just to reiterate, they've done everything according to the town code. They've jumped through all the hoops with the building department,
Yep.
who granted them all the necessary paperwork.
That's why I gave you all the
We
documentation.
have the COs here.
CCs, yeah.
We got a building permit, we got,
So
went
well,
for-
it
went
looks
for a
like, once
variance.
again, the building department has issued a permit when they shouldn't have.
Well, no, because
I'm not, I'm-
the CO for the pool has been issued in
69?
1974.
And the easement was in effect at that point?
Yes.
Could I
And-
ask what brought this issue to light now?
When we went to go get the variance for the other side of the house, this came into effect. They told us it was more of a formality to fill out the paperwork, which we did.
Who was the they?
That was the planning board.
Okay.
We
The
paid the
planning?
200, we paid the,
Department.
we, planning department.
So if you get a resolution from us, you can take that to the
Title company
they
and
can
I
take
can
it to
close.
their attorney, they can give it to the buyer's attorney. If that's sufficient for him, the title company clears it, you guys can go to
Right,
closing.
that's correct.
Let's move it.
I make a motion that we approve the request of the applicant to maintain the existing in-ground pool and existing attached garage that are present on the property in accordance with the testimony of the applicant's representative.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None. It's been
Thank you very
approved.
much. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Good luck. Thank you, you too.
Night. Welcome to the town.
Oh, I think they're the sellers.
No, the gentleman over there, I imagine, is the buyer, no?
Oh, maybe.
Mr. Chairman, if you'd like, I can add those documents to our file.
Yes, I'll give them to you at the end of the meeting.
Sure.
Is that before the planning police arrest us all now, or?
It's not the planning department, it would be the town
Planning
attorney.
police.
Planning board.
Going to get a resolution from us that'll be satisfactory to the seller's attorneys and the buyer's attorneys, and the people could go to closing.
Okay.
And they're only asking to maintain structures that have been there for
Right.
42 and 54 years.
That they have permits for.
They have
They
COs
they
for.
have CCs,
I
they
don't-
have certificates
I'm
of
sorry,
completion, yeah.
I'm not even going to say it.
And do any drainage, right?
Let's see. Mr. Chairman, the next item on the agenda under other matters, item number 15, the comprehensive plan. David Flynn indicated that he would like to give a presentation on the comprehensive plan to the planning board. He's asked if it would be convenient if he could do a series of 3 presentations, about 15 to 20 minutes. The next 3 planning board meetings, which would be February 4th, February 18th, and March 4th.
I presume that we would do those at the end of the meeting, so we'll get the residents out first.
Sure, yeah, imagine under other matters.
Anybody
Although
have
the
any
public would
problem
be
with that?
Now,
welcome to stay.
who's looking to make the presentation?
The planning
David Flynn.
department.
Oh, sure,
Mhm.
why not?
And they're going to break it down into 3, 20-minute presentations, so we don't have to have one long one. That's fine.
Okay, sure, I'll let him know.
So we'll be starting on the next meeting with that first one?
Yes,
Okay.
I believe that's right.
Watch it on TV.
Cancel your trip.
Yeah, who wants to go to St. Martin anyway,
Just
in
buy
the, wi- in the winter?
just buy the DVD and go.
All right,
Item
then we
number
need a
16,
motion, I
the
think, on the adoption of the minutes of October
Yes.
1st, 2014.
Yeah, make a motion to adopt the minutes of the October 1st to 2014 meeting.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None? So adopted.
And you'll notice item number 17 is an item of correspondence. You have a copy of a letter withdrawing the variance requests associated with the subdivision on Core Road, and you have that in the back of your packet. Now, this is just withdrawing the variance request related to environmentally sensitive lands.
So withdrawn. Think that's it?
I think so.
Motion to
Mo-
adjourn.
Motion
Second.
to adjourn? Second? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? None? We're adjourned.